I look ugly. Oh, it's hot in here, Jesus. Hi guys, it's Medically Amber here, and today I'm going to be doing a YouTube video on what I wish I knew before I started year 12. When I'm recording this, it's actually August, so there'll be a new influx of year 12 soon. So I thought I'd do a video, give you some information on like what you should know before you start year 12, ranging from studying tips, how to handle it, how to manage the stress. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing that I actually want to say about year 12 is that it is hard. It's not easy. If any other study YouTuber, person, vlogger, whatever the hell on YouTube, if anyone's ever said to you that A-levels is easy, they're lying to you. It's not easy. It's not easy in the slightest. There is a lot of workload compared to GCSEs. There's a lot more stress and there's a lot more independence. You're doing a lot more stuff by yourself. Even though you can speak to your teachers, but you'll be less reliant on them, more independent within this field of study. So I just want to pre-warn you, prepare yourself mentally, watch some motivational videos. A-levels are not easy. Put that into your brain. But we will get through it, because baby, we have to get through it, okay? Next thing that I feel like is an important thing that you need to do before you start your A-levels. When you are picking your subjects, pick them wisely. I studied A-level biology, English literature and chemistry. When I picked my subjects, I picked them because I was good at them.
You're a donut! You're so stupid! You're so stupid! You're stupid! Dumb!
So say if you got really good GCSE, say biology, don't pick biology if you don't really like it, because in the end you will find it extremely hard. When you pick an A-level, you need to pick it because you enjoy the subject and because you're passionate about it. Say biology, when I picked it, I was good at it, but I also enjoyed biology. Now say for chemistry, I picked chemistry not because I enjoyed it, but because I was good at it. So the transition between chemistry GCSE and chemistry A-level is very hard. But when I started A-level chemistry, I got very low grades and I really struggled with it because I wasn't like really inclined into doing it. Just one word of advice: when you pick your A-level subjects, pick something you are passionate about, pick something that you generally think, I can spend 2 years studying this. Next tip is make sure to make your notes as you go through the year. The reason I'm saying this is that whenever you have like a big mock test coming up, so in year 12 you tend to have little mini tests throughout the year, but then you have your big mocks at the end of the year which are used for your predicted grades. When it comes to the end of the year, you will be very stressed out trying to do a lot of things. So for me, I was busy stressing out over my mocks, then I was stressing about my personal statement, and then I was also stressing about my UCAT, so I was very overwhelmed. What would have helped me if I did it, I should have made notes as I went along the way. After every single lesson that you have, whatever the hell it may be, whether it be English literature, say you've read like a couple of pages and you've made your notes on it, or biology, you've done a lesson about lipids, make sure that after the lesson, when you go home, reread everything that you've learned and make notes after your lesson. But that be flashcards, mind maps, bullet journal, whatever the hell is suited to you, because then information that you've learned in the lesson is still in your brain, and so you're able to effectively apply that knowledge to your notes, and then you can make it more easy for you at the end of year 12 so that you don't have a big overload of work and you can just focus on exam questions because you've already done the note taking and everything. The next important tip to actually add on from those notes is that when you are making your notes, do not do pretty like, you know, all excessive notes. You do not have time for that in year 12 or 13. A-levels is different to GCSEs, I'm going to show you. When I did my GCSEs, I did my notes like very pretty. You know when you do like the cute fonts and you like do your drawings and everything. When I do my GCSEs, my notes look like this, the cute font, and then you had like these printed up. I like to draw a lot, okay? I like to make my notes look pretty, but in consequence of that, when I did my notes, they took me a very long time to do, so I never got much time to spend doing exam questions. So when I went to A-levels, I went for a transition. Instead of having handwriting, I actually went onto my laptop and I started to make digital notes on Word. I'm actually selling my biology, chemistry and English literature notes. If you want to get some of these, then you can get them. I'll put the link down in the description box below. So my notes, I actually condense them now into A4 paper and really short and sweet. This takes me less time than what my GCSE notes would have taken me. I understand them more because there's less like drawy. The diagrams are really good for me to understand. When you jump to A levels, start to condense down your notes and become more effective when you're note taking. Literally take key information that you need. So I use quite a lot of bullet points in this as well, because that enables me to really limit it down to the key information that I actually need. Your A levels are more about applying your knowledge. GCSEs are more remembering what you've learned. You have to apply the knowledge that you've learned to a question that may not ask it in a straightforward way. Spend more time on these because in A levels you're applying your knowledge, and so an actual mock paper and any questions allows you to work the knowledge in your brain, actually physically use it, you're processing it, and so as a consequence you'll remember it more. The next tip that I have is use your free time wisely. In year 12 you'll be given periods of your day where you will have free time, where you don't have any lessons and it's your time to use as you please. With this time you need to use it effectively. I'm not saying every single free time that you have you must study. Don't do that. Okay, you will burn yourself out. You need to relax at A levels because sometimes it does get really overwhelming and you do get burned out. You need to be able to find that balance, but do not let every single free time be a waste. Say for example, if you have homework or if you have a test coming up or you need to catch up on some notes, please use that free time to do that. It saves you a lot of time at home doing notes that you could have done at school and leads to less pressure on you. So the next tip that I have, buy a planner. I've started using them in year 12, just made my life so much more easier. So for year 12, this was my planner. My week was divided into week A and week B. I colour coordinated what I was studying. So pink was English literature, red or orange was chemistry, and biology was green. I would put down, like say here I had a test with one of my biology teachers, and so I knew then if I looked in my planner that on this day I would need to revise for this test here. So I would definitely recommend getting the planner because it allows you to really improve your time management, and in A levels time management is so important because everything is just in line, it's just flowy, it's not like chaotic, like it's just like like a wave, you know what I mean? Another thing I would say is folders are really important. This is a folder that I had for year 12 biology. So for each topic that I have in biology, I used to mark it on these little page dividers. Page dividers are very well for your folder because it separates it out and it makes it easier to find each topic that you're looking for. Whenever I had a topic, get one of the page dividers, then within each page divider I would have the notes that I need, and it just makes everything more organised so that you don't have to stress about like running through your pages and like, where's my notes? Because with a folder it really just separates it all out and makes it easier for you. So there's the biological molecules check sheet, so I can tick off anything that I've learned in the topic, and then my notes would be here, and then my past papers would be there. So everything that I need for one topic would be within this little section of the folder, and it's the same for each section. Separate it out into two folders. So for year 1 I had 2 folders, chapters 1 to 6 and 6 to 10. Folders are really important in A levels, but just separate them out so they're not big and like hard to squish down, so you can bring them into school and it's easier for you to manage. Next, a tip I want to say in A levels is that during those times when you don't understand, don't leave it at I don't understand. There will be times where you get confused. I've had it thousands of times in chemistry and English where my teacher's saying something and I'm looking at her and I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. Get up and speak to your teacher, because your teachers are being paid to teach you. So whenever you're confused about something, say after lesson and speak to the person about it so that they can then address your problem, help you understand it, so that when you leave you don't go home and when you're trying to reread up on the lesson you're not completely confused and you feel really bad about it because you don't understand. Another tip that I would say is that at some point in A level you will get a bad grade. If you don't, beautiful, stunning, you're a genius. But because there's such a jump between GCSE and A-levels, you will maybe find it quite difficult. In GCSE you may have been absolutely wicked at certain subjects, and then when you do it at A-level you are absolutely poor at it. That's normal. It happens to nearly everybody. Please do not be too disheartened if that happens to you. If it does, pick yourself back up and just reevaluate your situation and make sure to speak to your teachers about what you're struggling with, because when you start, you may continuously get low grades and that can really have a bad impact on your mental health to the point where you could be crying your eyes out at home. I speak from personal experience, but don't get too disheartened about it. Just try and pick yourself up and think, okay, I don't understand this. What can I do to understand this? Every negative, turn it into a positive. Honestly, if you get a B in A-level, it's amazing. Don't even complain, because I used to get like B's and I used to think, oh my god, that's bad. By the end of year 13, when I finished it, a B was absolutely excellent for me. I was like, you know what, I'm happy, it's absolutely fine. And another tip that I have for A-levels is that mocks, do not think of them as just mocks. Think of them as the real shebang. Whenever you have a mock or a mini test, people tend to think, oh, it's only a mock, you don't really need to focus on it.
You idiot, you're honestly an idiot.
As a student of the coronavirus pandemic, this is serious. My mocks actually turned out to be my real grades. So please, whenever you do a mock or a mini test, revise as if it's the real thing. Do all the past paper exam questions, make sure you actually revise your notes, make sure you do everything you possibly can do to make sure you know everything you need to know. Because remember, your year 12 mocks are actually used for your predicted grades, and the mini mocks you do throughout the year are also used for your predicted grades and also as references for UCAS. The final thing that I want to say about year 12 before you start is enjoy it. Year 12 was literally the best year of A-levels for me. Meeting new people, it's a new environment, it can be scary, but when you make your friends, it is the best time you'll ever have. You get free time to go out of lessons in some schools. I had less stress than year 13. It's just a time to really get settled into this new environment. Please enjoy it. Enjoy the glow up that you will have in year 12 and the growth you'll have. You will grow up as a person. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, subscribe and comment down below any other video ideas that you have. If you're a GCSE student going into year 12, once you've watched this video, I hope that you don't feel as scared as you maybe possibly was, and that you feel a lot more confident and reassured about going into this new year. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!